you're definitely you're excited about taking a risk, okay? Because you feel like you can find something cheaper. Now the monthly payment, the lowest that I have is 50 to 60, and I know we've invested 20 to 30 minutes, just going back and forth. Let me explain something before you leave, okay? Before you leave, I want to give you a concept that's very, very important, okay? And maybe this changes your perspective on getting insurance today or making a decision today, okay? Now, all I want to do is just help you by giving you information. That's all I want to do, okay? My job is to give you as much information so that at the end of the day, okay, you make the best decision for yourself. But at least, you were informed. So if something happens, at least I did my job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what we call service, okay? There's no commitment whatsoever. If you leave with insurance or if you leave without insurance, I'm still going to give you the best service today. And hopefully, if you don't make a decision, you can come back and give us an opportunity, okay? Another thing that I guarantee you, the majority of the agencies at this point, they would have already given you your paperwork and you would have been already home, okay? Because they really don't care. It's technically, if you tell them I'm ready or they'll help you, and if you tell them I'm not ready, they don't want to work extra. They don't want to do their job, okay? Their job is giving you information. For example, let's say you go to Best Buy and you want to get a TV, okay? And you have no clue, you have no knowledge about TV. What's the best thing to do before you purchase a TV?
Investigate a bit about.
Either invest on your own or go talk to one of the reps, right?
Right.
Have them give you a little bit of knowledge, right? So that's technically what I'm doing. I'm giving you as much knowledge as possible, so by the time you make a decision, at least you know your options.
Right.
Okay. Now, you were telling me that if you don't find anything within the 30s, right, that you're still going to continue shopping around. Okay. So let me give you the bad news. You may be shopping around for a couple of months. Okay. There's no option for $30 a month. It just doesn't exist. Okay. And I can guarantee you that. Okay. We work with 70 different companies. Okay. Now, and we don't have anything cheaper. I mean, the lowest, once again, is $50 to $60. Now, there is one way to get $30 a month. Okay? Have you heard the term, like a Mickey Mouse, for example?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean?
It means you kind of don't do it right. You don't do it correct.
You don't do it right, absolutely. So some of the factors that insurance companies use to determine what you qualify for is age. So let's say date of birth, okay? Coverages. And zip code. Okay. So have you heard another phrase that you'll find what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay, but it may not be the right option. Does that make sense? So one of the things that you're going to encounter at this moment, because you're very aggressive on finding $30 a month. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you don't find $30 a month, you're going to keep shopping around. That's the impression that I'm getting. Not only because you said you made it clear on a verbal statement, but also that's the impression that I'm getting. Okay, so what you're going to encounter, you're going to encounter an agent that's unethical. Okay, now I could simply modify your date of birth. You're 26, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I could modify it to 33 years. Okay, 33 years old. Or I used to live in Bakersfield. Okay, so I could actually change your zip code for, from LA to Bakersfield. I could get you something, matter of fact, around $31. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
So would you be happy paying $31?
Yeah.
But we would have to modify your information. Now, personally, I don't work modifying any information. I'm just giving you the idea that I can if I wanted to. Okay? Well, I mean, we're not supposed to. That's the reason why we don't do it. Okay? We work by the books. We want to make sure that by the time you leave, everything is done correctly. Correct?
Right.
Isn't that what you're looking for as well?
Yeah.
So you're going to encounter, since you're so aggressive on the $30 a month, you're going to encounter an agent that doesn't really care. They don't care about you. They don't care about the company. They don't even care about their employment. They're willing to do whatever it takes to sell you a policy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, what's going to happen? They're not going to be affected, or maybe they will. As soon as you get involved in an accident, you know what the insurance company does?
No, I don't.
They confirm the information. You know what information they confirm? these three factors: date of birth, coverages, and zip code. So what do? Okay, they're gonna get the copies of your ID and your registration, okay, and they're gonna compare that to the information on the application. Does that make sense?
Right.
So if you live in 90016, but your application shows 93313, you know what's gonna happen? Your policy is gonna be canceled. They call it flat cancel, meaning it never happened. They'll give you all your money back. But you're stuck paying $3,000 to whatever, $8,000 out of pocket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Is it $30 a month worth it to go through this scenario, to pay $30 a month for a couple of months, but then as soon as you're involved in an accident, you're responsible for everything? Is it worth it?
No, it's not.
Is a Mickey Mouse policy worth it?
No, it's not.
No? Okay, so what are you gonna tell yourself? I should have paid the actual cost.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, for example, there's anything. It's like, for example, do you like sports?
Yes.
Okay, let's say, for example, what type of sport do you like?
Football.
Football. Fabulous. Let's say, for example, a jersey. A jersey, an original jersey is gonna cost you anywhere from 80 to maybe 150, depending on the team and the player.
Right.
Okay, that has value. Okay, but they also have imitation.
Right.
You go to a store that doesn't sell original jerseys, and you can get a jersey for $40.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
It may be worth it for now, but as soon as you sit next to a couple other people, a couple of your buddies, for example, a couple of friends, and they have jerseys, and they look at your jersey and they say, look, that's fake. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
The value is not the same, okay?
Exactly.
So technically, you can get something for a lower cost, modifying, okay, the information, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna be responsible for an accident.
Right.
$3,000, $8,000 out of pocket, is that worth it? Only because you're very, you're committed to $30 a month. So once again, out of 70 different companies, the lowest monthly payment that we have is $50 to $60. We don't have anything cheaper than that. Okay? If you leave without insurance today, I guarantee you're gonna remember me, because it always happens. Someone's gonna do you dirty, as they say. Okay? Someone's gonna take advantage of you. You know why? Because it's easy to take advantage of you. Just give you what you want, right? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for $30 a month. So if I could place you with $30 a month, you're not gonna hesitate, because you don't care about all of this. At least you didn't earlier. All you care about is $30 a month. So the decision that you're gonna make: do you want to pay $30 a month and leave with a policy that's fraudulent? Okay, that at the end of the day there's no coverage, or do you want to leave with something that's beneficial for you? You have a license. If you're involved in an accident, even if you have a policy but your policy has no coverage, they're gonna suspend your license for a year. Does that make sense? So what would you want to do? Leave with something that's realistic, 50 to 60, or leave with a policy that doesn't exist? Okay, it's only temporary, for $30 a month.
It was something.
Do you want to be protected, or you want to pay and throw your money away?
I'm protected.
Okay, so $50 to $60 is the lowest monthly payment. I'd rather you pay a little bit more, just like anything else. You pay a little bit more, but at least you're satisfied knowing that you have coverage.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me run the information and see exactly what the next step is going to be.
Okay.